at the end of the day, it was their responsibility to look after our kids.
A couple from Alberta is expressing disappointment and frustration with the new Canadian airline after receiving a frightening call informing the pair that their 2 young daughters were in the police's care at Toronto Pearson International Airport following a flight cancellation home to Edmonton.
They've been part of the unaccompanied minors program with WestJet, I do believe, and I think even with Air Canada.
But this time, 13-year-old Lily and 11-year-old Kaylee, who were visiting their biological father, were registered to fly with Lynx Air, which included a short connection in Toronto.
When their biological father got there and actually went to the process of booking these tickets, the airline was aware of their ages. The stewardess was the one who looked at them and said, wait a minute, like, you're minors, like, you're not traveling with any adults.
But in keeping with the information stated on Lynx Air's website, Lily, who was 13 at the time, referred to as a young adult by the airline standards, was permitted to supervise her sister, essentially not requiring the pair to be accompanied by an adult. But a different set of rules came into effect when the girls arrived at Pearson, the moment their 1-hour connection turned into an overnight cancellation and their mother received a call from police.
They're telling us that because they're unaccompanied minors and there is nobody there that can be the guardian for them, if we don't have them on the first flight, they're taking them into custody. And I'm going to have to fly to Ontario and basically battle in the court to get my children back.
Peel Regional Police confirmed with CityNews that the officers contacted their mother to either have them picked up or to make arrangements to get them on another flight, and that Children's Aid Society is contacted as a place of safety until arrangements can be made for pickup.
They were looking out for our kids, but the issue is that when you're a parent, you're getting threatened with your kids being placed into the foster care system, and not through any fault of your own.
With no contacts in Toronto, the couple were forced to pay $1,700 for additional tickets, but faced another hurdle. Air Canada's age restriction policy requires Kaylee to travel with an adult at least 16 years of age or older. Thankfully, another passenger came to their rescue.
This is where this lawyer comes in, who happened to be hear everything, knew exactly what was going on, and she essentially agreed to have the kids put under her.
The Canadian Transport Authority tells CityNews that they do not have the authority to regulate airline policy in respect to unaccompanied minors. What is not uncommon is for a carrier to allow a passenger 12 years of age and up to fly as a young adult, essentially presenting a risk for any parent, as it does not offer a guarantee that your child will be prioritized in the case of a flight disruption or cancellation.
Transport Canada has to have more say in how these airlines are operating. They've got to certainly, I think, take a better look at making sure that, the airlines are being held to a higher standard.
They were just left. They were completely abandoned. If it wasn't for the other people in the plane, they would have had nobody.
CityNews did reach out to Lynx Air for comment, but did not receive a response back to our inquiry. And while this incident did occur before the new travel regulations came into effect, the couple is still seeking full reimbursement for the newly purchased tickets after learning that the cancellation was within the airline's control. Eric Espinosa, CityNews.